Hollywood royalty runs in the family. Will Smith burst onto screens as the Fresh Prince, and today his 24-year-old daughter, Willow Smith, dominates both music charts and movie roles. Bruce Willis defined action cool as John McClane, and now 36-year-old Rumor Willis has parlayed her House Bunny debut into a Dancing with the Stars trophy. Clint Eastwood's stoic Western heroes rewrote the book on rugged charm, and his 31-year-old daughter Francesca Eastwood writes, directs, and stars in acclaimed indie films. This is just the beginning. Let's roll back the reels and see how these Hollywood dynasties have evolved. Sylvester Stallone and Sophia Stallone? Sylvester Stallone. Then raw underdog Rocky Balboa, 1976, captivated audiences and launched a franchise, earning Stallone his first Oscar nod. Now franchise architect behind Creed, action star, and filmmaker still drawing record crowds, Sophia Stallone. Then debuted on red carpets as Sylvester's youngest child, quickly building a fashion-forward Instagram following. Now, international model and influencer, fronting major campaigns and growing her own digital lifestyle brand. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Katherine Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then, muscle-bound hero of Conan the Barbarian, 1982, turned futuristic savior in The Terminator, 1984. Now, former governor, environmental advocate, author, and enduring action film legend. Katherine Schwarzenegger, then graduated USC, 2012, and quietly launched her first children's book, building credibility beyond her famous surname. Now, three-time New York Times best-selling author and clean living entrepreneur, championing mental health and literacy, Harrison Ford and Charlotte Ford. Harrison Ford, then smuggler-turned cornerstone hero Han Solo in Star Wars, 1977, and adventurer Indiana Jones, 1981, made him a global superstar. Now, Oscar-winning veteran and unstoppable franchise lead, continuing to headline major tentpoles. Georgia Ford, then first credited role as Christine in the indie film American Milkshake, 2013, marking her screen debut. Now rising model and visual arts curator, carving her niche in fashion and photography. Al Pacino and Julie Marie Pacino. Al Pacino. Then Michael Corleone's tragic rise in The Godfather, 1972, showcased Pacino's electrifying intensity and range. Now, five-time Oscar nominee and Tony winner, whose career spans gritty classics to prestige streaming dramas, Julie Marie Pacino. Then grew up immersed in her father's creative circle, quietly studying photography and the arts. Now, professional photographer exhibiting powerful portrait series and embarking on her own directorial projects. Denzel Washington and Claudia Washington. Denzel Washington, then Academy Award winner for Glory, 1989, proving his commanding presence and depth as a leading man. Now, two-time Oscar winner, accomplished director, and mentor whose films continually resonate, Kasia Washington. Then, interned on her father's film sets, acquiring early insight into production and storytelling. Now Emmy-nominated producer behind socially conscious documentaries and scripted series. Michael Douglas and Karis Zeta Douglas. Michael Douglas. Then, Gordon Gekko's Greed is Good in Wall Street, 1987, made Douglas a cultural lightning rod. Now, Oscar-winning actor-producer shaping prestige cinema and championing health causes. Karis Zeta Douglas. Then, first appeared on screen at age 6, sparking public curiosity about the Douglas legacy. Now, reality TV lead in her own family docuseries and budding entrepreneur in luxury skincare. Robert De Niro and Drina De Niro. Robert De Niro. Then, taxi driver anti-hero Travis Bickle, 1976, and Vito Corleone, 1974, solidified his method acting mastery. Now, two-time Oscar winner, revered director, and co-founder of Tribeca Film Festival. Drina De Niro, then, modeled as a teenager, channeling her father's cinematic flair into on-screen appearances. Now, award-winning documentary producer and podcast host exploring untold cultural narratives. But we're not done yet. Up next, we're bringing you the heavyweight champions of Hollywood legacies. Imagine Pierce Brosnan's daughter stepping out from under her Bond icon, Dad's shadow, or Bryan Cranston's two-time Emmy-winning range reflected in his child's creative pursuits. We'll reveal why Steven Tyler's daughter is rocking her own stage, how Eminem and JCE's families are redefining musical royalty, what Billy Joel's child is composing today, plus the heartwarming story of Tom Hanks's closest collaborator. And that's just the beginning. And don't miss Charlie Sheen's two daughters, each carving unique paths in showbiz. Stay tuned and make sure you stay until the end, because these epic father-daughter duos close out our countdown with a bang. Richard Branson, then, launched Virgin Records in 1970, transforming music with a fearless DIY spirit and rapidly signing chart-topping artists. Now, visionary behind Virgin Galactic's space flights, Virgin unites global philanthropy and healthcare and renewable energy ventures. Holly Branson, then, sat in on Virgin board meetings from childhood, earning her MBA and absorbing the family's entrepreneurial drive. Now, director at Virgin Unite, spearheading global health and wellness programs and shaping high-impact philanthropic strategy. Paul McCartney, then, as Beatles bassist-songwriter, 1962-70, crafted enduring hits like Yesterday, redefining popular music worldwide. Now, solo artist filling stadiums across the globe and publicly advocating for animal welfare and environmental causes. Mary McCartney, then, grew up backstage on Beatles tours, honing her photography eye amid rock and roll legends. Now, renowned portrait photographer and best-selling vegetarian cookbook author, celebrated for intimate, evocative imagery. Mick Jagger, then, frontman of the Rolling Stones since 1962, unleashing timeless anthems like Satisfaction with electrifying swagger. Now global rock icon still touring major arenas and curating cross-disciplinary art and music collaborations. Jade Jagger, then, studied design in London after childhood, backstage at Stones concerts, blending rock heritage with creative training. Now founder and creative director of a luxury jewelry and lifestyle brand, fusing edgy style with couture craftsmanship. Lenny Kravitz, then, debuted with Let Love Rule, 1989, fusing rock, soul, and funk into a fresh, genre-bending sound. Now multi-Grammy-winning artist touring internationally and adding acclaimed acting roles to his creative repertoire. Zoe Kravitz, then, screen debut in No Reservations, 2007, revealing early acting chops and a magnetic on-screen presence. Now, award-nominated actress, Big Little Lies, The Batman, singer and co-founder of a fashion label. Phil Collins, then, from Genesis drummer to solo star, with hits like In the Air Tonight, dominating 80s pop charts. Now Rock and Roll Hall inductee touring globally and composing acclaimed film scores and orchestral works. Lily Collins, then, film debut in The Blind Side, 2009, marking her entry into Hollywood with poised charm. Now, lead star of Emily in Paris, best-selling memoirist and UNICEF ambassador for children's rights. Billy Ray Cyrus, then, broke out with Achy Breaky Heart, 1992, igniting a line-dancing craze and country pop crossover. Now chart-topping performer and celebrated coach on The Voice, mentoring emerging vocal talent. Miley Cyrus, then, became a household name as Hannah Montana, 2006-11, blending TV stardom with chart-topping pop music. Now boundary-pushing pop icon, philanthropist, and founder of the Happy Hippie Foundation for youth causes. Sting, then, fronted The Police, 1977-84, delivering global hits like Every Breath You Take with soulful intensity. Now, solo artist and composer of operas and film scores, headlining international concert tours. Elliott Sumner, then launched her music career at 17 as I Blame Coco, 2010, releasing a debut EP of infectious pop. Now recording artist under Elliott Sumner, praised for introspective indie pop albums and dynamic live shows. John Bon Jovi, then catapulted to fame with Slippery When Wet, 1986, defining 80s stadium rock with platinum-selling anthems. Now, rock and roll Hall inductee filling arenas worldwide and co-founding JBJ Soul Kitchen nonprofit cafes, Stephanie Rose Bon Jovi. Then, appeared in childhood on her father's tours, nurturing a passion for live music and performance. Now, music industry manager for the Bon Jovi brand and lead organizer of JBJ Soul Kitchen fundraisers. Ozzy Osbourne. Then, as Black Sabbath frontman 1968 to 79, pioneered heavy metal with dark, powerful anthems. Now, solo artist touring globally and reality TV star on the Osbournes, bridging metal legacy and pop culture. Kelly Osbourne. Then rose to fame on the Osbournes, 2002, showcasing her distinctive voice and style. Now, TV presenter, fashion designer, and podcast host, known for candid interviews and creative ventures. Chris Hemsworth. Then, gained prominence on Home and Away, 2004, before landing MCU's Thor, 2011. Breakthrough. Now, A-list actor leading blockbuster franchises and co-founder of a global fitness and wellness brand. India Rose Hemsworth. Then, grew up in Hollywood premieres and photo shoots, sparking early interest in creativity. Now, model and university student, selectively engaging in family philanthropic and artistic projects. Robert Redford. Then, starred in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, cementing his status as a leading man. Now, founder of the Sundance Film Festival and award-winning director spotlighting independent filmmakers. Shauna Redford. Then, first on-screen role in The Candidate, 1972, beginning her lifelong relationship with art and film. Now, professional painter and board member of the Redford Center, fostering environmental storytelling. Robin Williams. Then, became an unlikely TV star on Mork and Mindy, 1978, showcasing improvisational comedy genius. Now, legacy, Academy Award winner, whose groundbreaking performances continue to influence comedians and actors. Zelda Williams. Then, acting debut in Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, at age 11, showing early dramatic potential. Now, actress and filmmaker of award-winning shorts and animated series, blending humor and heart. Eddie Murphy. Then, rose on Saturday Night Live, 1980, then starred in 48 Hours, 1982, redefining 1980s comedy. Now, returned to stand-up and film with Netflix specials and blockbuster franchises, proving his enduring appeal. Bria Murphy. Then, feature film debut in Norbit, 2007, following in her father's comedic footsteps. Now, actress with recurring TV roles and a creative social media presence, showcasing her artistry. Jamie Foxx. Then, gained fame on In Living Color, 1991, before winning an Oscar for Ray, 2004. Now, multi-talented actor, musician producing films, TV series, and charting music projects. Corinne Fox. Then, appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, 2014, making her screen debut. Now, model, actress, and host of Netflix's Beat Shazam, blending entertainment and competition. Ethan Hawke. Then, breakthrough role in Dead Poets Society, 1989, demonstrating early dramatic depth. Now, Oscar-nominated actor, director of indie films, and best-selling novelist exploring human stories. Maya Hawke. Then, debuted as Robin Buckley in Stranger Things, 2019, earning critical acclaim. Now, actor-songwriter releasing original music and starring in prestige TV and feature films. Jack Nicholson. Then, iconic Oscar-winning performance in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 1975. Now, retired cinema legend with a 7-decade career and 3 Academy Awards. Lorraine Nicholson. Then, Film debut in A Few Good Men, 1992, alongside her father. Now, actress, director, writing, and helming award-winning short films on the festival circuit. Robert Downey Jr. Then early standout in Less Than Zero, 1987, and reinvention as Iron Man, 2008. Now highest paid actor and producer at the helm of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Avery Roll Downey. Then first appeared in a personalized cameo video with her father at age 2. Now student occasionally collaborating on her father's philanthropic and creative initiatives. Sean Penn. Then breakout role in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, 1982, kickstarted his award-winning career. Now two-time Oscar winner, activist, and director of impactful humanitarian documentaries. Dylan Penn. Then modeled alongside her mother Robin Wright in her teens, blending fashion and film heritage. Now model and actress with roles in Flag Day, 2021, and Chappaquiddick, carving her own path. Josh Brolin. Then child debut in The Goonies, 1985, paved the way for a prolific adult career. Now, Oscar-nominated actor and ensemble star in blockbuster franchises like Avengers, Endgame, Eden Brolin. Then, first on-screen extra in Walk Hard, The Dewey Cox Story, 2007. Now, photographer and model balancing a private life with selective creative pursuits.